And hello everybody and welcome back to beautiful Crown Falls, where we are right now once again as we're looking onto our beautiful town. Yeah, we do have once again quite a few things to do. So first of all, I would like to search for a couple of items now that would increase my industry or would enhance my industry. Especially I'm looking for the item here that replaces the steel input for the sewing machine, so that my furnaces can use their steel more for advanced weapons and stuff like that. On the other hand, we've also finished now our second steam shipyard, so that we have now two of them. One of them, this one here, in fact, is going to focus on the battle cruisers from now on. So battle cruisers, and I've also got the first ironclad out there. The cool thing with the ironclad is that it doesn't require that many advanced weapons as the battle cruiser, right? So we can build a few more of them here. Of course they're a bit weaker overall, but still I hope a nice little warship that we get out there, especially from Princess Ching. It was pretty powerful as I've seen it. Sean Lafortune, welcome back once again to my little game with you, getting the money down, right? So screwing him over. He's a pirate after all. Let's just do this once again real quick here. I certainly don't want to pay that much money for him. And the other one, the second steam shipyard that we finished now, is just producing cargo ships, because we still need quite a lot of them. And yeah, right here we are building up our next fleet. We also got a nice little I think problem here. The thing is, some of them are not docking at the pier, even though, you know, they are docked, but visually they're not. This is a bug that I see the first time, so I think it might actually be having something to do with one of the mods. In this case here, I will probably have to remodel my harbor then overall, but that's just that. Now, when the next battle or cargo ship is coming out, we might actually want to sell a few of my steam motors. And those guys here, I've got quite a few of them, and I definitely should do something about that. Now, Hobbs was destroyed once again. We have this trade route up here, so Tarik to Sleepy Hollow. There we have the problem that, yeah, one of my ships got destroyed. I have no idea why, because technically we are not really passing through any defense there. I also don't see that many warships. I think it was down here though, so that the ship kind of like got out of control. We have to check this one, of course. Another thing that I have is I have my ships now here, so my cargo ship at Eli, where I'm looking for some, well, juicy items that we might get, right? So I already got 3 good items here. So the soap factories do not consume tallow anymore. Plus the negative attractiveness is minus 100%. So this means negative plus negative, of course, is positive. So we do get no attractiveness penalty anymore for the soap factories, which would be one of my first steps to increase the attractiveness of Crown Falls, because it is still a funeral town at the moment, and that is something that is not really good. Next up is the Susanna. She actually replaces the steam motors for the cab assembly line with filaments. This is incredible, because steam motors are incredibly hard to produce. Filaments are incredibly easy to produce. So there we can save a lot of money and time with this item here once we start with the cab assembly line that we need for the investors. And the other one is the Arik Lisovsky. He basically just improves or increases the income per house for all the investors. So in that case here, plus 10% that we have in addition. Now, let's also just check what else we have. I mean, there are a lot of items now coming out. With Eli, we have unlocked the epic and legendary items there now with the investors. Once we had them, we can unlock these. And let's just see if we do get some proper items here too. Very good. We got some very good items here, actually. In fact, so I've also got the item now that replaces the steel input for the sewing machines with iron ore. I'm happy with that for now. Of course, my cargo ship here with a lot of high quality items now is protected by 2 battleships, and we should be very careful about where we want to move with this one. This wild spawn here gets back to Crown Falls now with some very high quality items that also improve the attractiveness and stuff like that. Now, in Halfbring, once again, we had a lot of ruins. I think that might be due to some, yeah, plague, but I can't be sure right now, so we just keep it like that. So the items are coming back. One stuff that I still want to do is I want to get some more money in. And in that case here, we are going to send now San Juan II. Fantastic fantastic name for a ship there, by the way. We're going to send this one here to sell some steam motors, right? While we continue producing battle cruisers, ironclads, and cargo ships. One thing that I can see as well is that the oil here ran out, but the train is already there with 250 oil. Yeah, we are out of oil there in Crown Falls as well, because we are actually, you know, using quite a lot of oil now with all the trains that we have. So another thing that we should be going for that I will have to build up a nice little fleet first, is we want to start another oil production. We already have our oil production in Playa del Carmen, and as far as I know, we have now two traders on this one, right, on either one. So they are delivering the oil now. I've assigned a second oil tanker, so hopefully this Thomas the Tank Engine here can deliver more oil, and more oil tankers will actually get it with them. Very important. While we are in Playa del Carmen, I need to do something to increase the happiness of the local population here with a boxing arena. So this is something that I was saving up as well. We got a few bricks over here in Playa del Carmen. And let's just actually see that we get a nice little influence. As we can see, the influence radius is huge for this one. But I'm going with two of these boxing arenas, right? One here and the other one most likely on this side here, so that we can take both districts into account. So I'm building the first one now here. And, well, we should then be able to upgrade a few more, because what I want to do in Playa del Carmen is I want to get a bit more workforce up. We have the money to finally start distributing obreros to other parts of the world. Oh, Miss Hunt. I'm also going to hunt you down now. So Miss Hunt is also starting to ramp up her fleet once again. And yeah, we really are limited a bit by the amount of ships that we produce. So there are 2 more battle cruisers, 2 more big warships. I'm also, by the way, now producing heavy warships once again in Sleepy Hollow. But for this regard, we lack a bit the workforce here. But I can go all out now with the ships, because we definitely have enough influence from now on. And if I lack a bit of influence, well, then we can just build a few more investor houses. Now, while my cargo ship with all the items is on its way, we actually should be doing a few things here right now in the old world. One of them is No Gods, No Masters, which is starting the extensive and very long quest line with Hugo Mercier. So we still have this one up. There is no time limit on it, and we also cannot abandon this quest here, right? Because it's that important. And it's the first one in a lot of quests there with Hugo Mercier. We should be going for this, because once we finish this quest here, we can actually go allied with Hugo Mercier, and he would join in on the war against Princess Ching and Miss Hunt. And he is really powerful. Like, he's got a lot of ships in this world, and his military score is twice as high as mine. So we should be going for that. But, however, I do need, of course, a nice, strong fleet to support all of that. Now we have Europa, a really cool name for a cargo ship. And let's just get Europa with 2. No, actually, let's keep the battle cruisers on it. And this ship here now, Europa, is going for the old world. In fact, because we are going to start with that. So, Com Prefecture, there we can start, because that is an easy, safe harbor where I can just send it to without having to worry, and the ship is on its way, right? That we do this one. Another thing that I can see that we have there is Anne Harlow is offering us a quest, which is also pretty important, because it also starts the quest lines with the pirate Anne. And if I would reach all the quest lines, if I would actually reach alliance with her, that would be even better, right? So with this, we could actually have a real edge there against Princess Ching and Miss Hunt. Let's just have a look at that. A collection quest. Nothing qualifies a man for my crew like having nothing left to lose. A bunch of souls escaped Bleakworth and have been lost at sea ever since. Pave their way to Annie's wing. Right, we can do this. So, oh, you kidding me? The castaways are in the harbor area of Princess Ching. They're here. So if I get a ship close, it's doomsday. So I don't think that I will actually do this quest. Though with Anne, it's not that severe. If I lose the quest streak, it just gives us another one, right? We do lose a bit of reputation, however. But that is really a very unlucky location. Now, next up, it's business time. Let's load San Juan with steam motors. And just look at that. We can get actually 200 tons of steam motors over here to Old Nate. And this is going to be very lucrative, I can tell you that. Now, while those ships are on the way and while the very important items are on the way to us now, we should actually also be focusing a bit on city development there once again. And let's just see that here. Yeah, that's just the occasional rum being under attack, but the cargo ships are really fast and I should not worry about that. And what I can also see is these ships are too close together again. No idea. I spent half an hour of fixing it, and after a couple of minutes they're together again. There is no waiting time here because it's the only trade route going into Maribu. And in Crown Falls we theoretically also have no waiting line, so I have no idea why they're stacking up all the time. We'll have to have a look at that. Now, this district here has still only artisans. I want to change that. We do need a variety theater here and a university as well. Now, we already have a beautiful, really beautiful university on that side here. So we do need another one somewhere here in this area, right? It takes then all of that into account, and then we can have another one in this area, which is then overlapping with the university that we have in this area. So this is, oh, wait a second, there we actually have it. Perfect. So yeah, here I would need one, a university. We might actually use this area then here for it. And the variety theater, we can squeeze it together. And we will need to do it up here somewhere. There we still have a pub. We still also have farmers here. Do I need them? I think I can actually upgrade all these farmers here. Let's do this. Righto. We don't need any farmers in this area for sure. And we have a lot of farmer workforce anyway. So in that case, that is fine. And on the other hand, there are the workers. We might also just upgrade some of these workers. But some of them also need the school, right? So in this area, we should have a proper look at that. While we have a proper look at that, we also will sell now these steam motors. And look at that, 1.4 million with the 200 tons of steam motors that we just made with that. So that is a pure surplus. And well, we could also have a look at Old Nate's items. Unfortunately, he's mostly just selling salvage items that we don't need at this point. So let's get my cargo ship back here. Actually, wait a second, San Juan. We lost a clipper and we should replace that clipper. The soap is also, there's the coffee beans. This I need to fix. There is no coffee beans trader at the moment in the New World. Everything else is looking rather good to me here, but the coffee beans we need to do. Yes, we lost the Royal Galleon. So what I'm going to do is, beside the warships, we're also going to send now more cargo ships then to the New World. In the New World, my flagship has arrived in Playa del Carmen. And we need to now put this one onto the plantain trade route, right? And Puerco Invicto, that's the ship. And let's put this one on it. It's going to deliver the bananas once again because we do need the obrero workforce, and it's pretty low because there is no fried plantains in the kitchen right now. Europa has also arrived here with the for the quest with the two battleships. So let's just see. We do need to get all the way to that side here. This is pretty difficult actually, because we got a Princess Ching there once again. She's totally covering this area. We might actually use the back here. Let's just check it. Yes, that is possible. But there's also the next harbor of Miss Hunt again, right? So we have to go through this channel there in order to get to this location. Quite the tricky one. And we should also be careful, of course, to not pass through this harbor there. Right, so we're going to make it like that, a little route, and hopefully they get there safely, but we're going to check this, of course, as we progress here with this quest now. And it's a very important quest, as I said, so we really should be starting with that as well at some point, and the right point is now. In Sleepy Hollow, we still lack the workforce to continue producing. That's because the pigs are gone. Now, what I have, I could purchase a cargo ship, and I might actually purchase just a cargo ship here now. Yes, stop greeting me, just give me the ship. 300,000. It's getting more and more expensive though.
I think she simply likes to have my company.
Nope. We do have a couple of cargo ships in Crown Falls. So let's just go to Crown Falls. There we have it. And we also got our first ironclad battleship out there now. So it's just the same as Princess Ching has, a different color, I think. And I'm looking forward to see this baby in action. The next one is coming out right away. And the next cargo ship. I might actually go for 3 steam shipyards here, because it's very slow still. Let's get both of them to the old world, to Com Prefecture first, and then towards Sleepy Hollow.
Ship under attack.
Alright, here, this battlecruiser here was on passive defense, or was on active defense actually, beside the main harbor of Princess Ching. And I might actually take one of these islands then. Not this one. Way too expensive, 1.3 million, but I might actually take one of the islands that is in the way of my trade routes all the time. Yes, and also we have now the Wild Swan in Crown Falls with a lot of items. So in that case here, let's unload all of that and let's get cracking with these beautiful items. So the first thing was that the sewing machines no longer need steel as input, and that is just something I love, because we are totally out of steel all the time. Let's go for it. Steelworks, nope, it's not that. It's this one here, bicycle factory and sewing machine factory. Instead of steel, they process iron, right? And thus they only need iron ore from now on. Now iron ore is something that I don't have that much as well, but it's much easier to produce than steel, and I don't need those furnaces anymore. Plus I can also boost my iron mines with additional items there, and electricity as well, as we can see, to produce even more iron out of them. So that is something really cool stuff. Now down here we have the furnaces. Did I not place a trade union here? There's the trade union. It's not a very good location, is it? Alright, first try getting to Hugo Mercier is a total failure, because she's hunting me down with a lot of ships once I leave my safe space. That is incredible. That is really incredible. So there is no chance for me of actually getting there over here to this location without a really big fleet where we have to fight our way to this location. Alright, first try failed at this, just because of the sheer amount of ships that were hunting me down here now. Incredible. I hate that princess. And we might actually retaliate. We might actually purchase a few shares from her other islands now, to take them over without any military force, right? This one here looks pretty good. She's got a lot of big baddies here. Taking them out, of course, will be my most joy for today. We might also go for the New World. She also has this island down here, which is not even that expensive. 800,000. I could actually get this money in with selling a few more steam motors to also get rid of her in this area. But I just don't want to totally crush her. I just want to make her cry a bit. And yeah, the only way of doing that is with more ships. So what I will need to do is, yep, I need to get a 3rd steam shipyard out, because we are not producing enough ships there quickly enough. And a 3rd one. There we have a sand mine. Let's get rid of that. Let's replace this one with yet another steam shipyard. Right, and what we can do now here is starting with the ironclad. So we got now 2 of them focusing on warships and 1 of them on the cargo ships. Let's also put a 2nd one in the queue right away, and there we just get more things, right? So 3 steam shipyards. That should really work for us. Terra, which is another very fitting name for a cargo ship, has arrived in the Com Prefecture. Let's bring it into the harbor of Hugo Mercier, who will not attack us. And from there then to Sleepy Hollow, and from here we can open up this new trade route again for the piggies and the hops, so that Sleepy Hollow gets its workforce back. But that's really it. I'm very thin on warships at the moment in the old world, basically in every world, because I did not focus too much on that. We still have in Cape Trelawney, of course, most of our ships there, so we might just put some more blockades there onto Princess Ching's trade routes, which is strategically very important. And over here we still have, nope, that's not our ships there. I should have more warships. There they are. Very good. There is my actually main warship fleet. And those guys here, yes, those guys in fact I will bring to the Com Prefecture, so that we can make our way to Hugo Mercier. I think those ships will be fine for that. Hopefully. Okay, and one thing that I also want to do is, in order to get my bricks finally up in the new world, is we're going to build a few of these clay pits. Now, I can only build one of these productions on one island without obreros, because the clay pit costs me 100 obreros right away, and the brick factory is 50 each, right? So if I build 2 of them, I'm actually out of obrero workforce. So I can really only build 1 as long as I don't have obreros, for example, in Maribo. And since I don't really want to build more than one big town like Playa del Carmen, we just have to go with one of them for now, right? So that is pretty much the only thing that I have to do there. Now, let's just see. She's here again. Yep, she's in the harbor of Mercier. The problem is she's not at war with him. We should change that somehow. We really should. I need to get this alliance there going. Very important. That I don't care about right now, and we might just be selling, or we might actually just purchase more shares. Now, she purchased the share back. Let's try to purchase a share here. Those are not very worth it though, right? I mean, balance-wise, we're totally fine with 50,000 right now. But in that regard, hopefully we can take over some of these islands. Now, there is something very interesting as well that is happening right now. The military score, it's totally exploding. This is, of course, absolutely not balanced at all. And the military score basically just says, nope, she doesn't have a big fleet, but she's just got these defenses here. And it's absolutely nuts. You can't crack the harbors anymore. So the only way of actually cracking these harbors is by purchasing the islands. I don't see any other way. We can't take these islands anymore with normal ships, because she basically just spammed thousands of influence points into harbor defenses. Whilst one is back, or whilst one actually we can use for selling a few things, right? So brass is rather expensive as well. Selling this one here is makes a lot of sense. We could also be selling, we should still have a lot of weapons now. There they are. Yep, let's also sell 300 tons of weapons. Get it over there. We have enough money, but I need the money to purchase shares. The same here. With each share that we purchase there, we do actually get also another 400 on our balance. So this is pretty good actually as an investment. But of course, long-term goal is to overtake these islands. Now, all my steam shipyards are in fully working conditions. So we are really spamming now ships, hopefully, and the warships are on the way, so that we can finally, hopefully, fight our way now to Hugo Mercier.
A competitor's